It's 7 o'clock.
Hello, not like that, Mom. Hello, everyone, and welcome to QuarenTime Queries. Today, that was a new noise from your phone, Dad. Today is another QuarenTime Queries, and before we start, I just want to say something.
All right.
And it's this.
This is the end.
We're quitting QuarenTime. No, we're not quitting QuarenTime yet. Any day now. But no. On Tuesday, we posted a video about getting our hair cut that we recorded a long time ago, and I got a comment on that video from a guy named Mark, and Mark is from Canada. And Mark wasn't looking for our channel, and I don't know Mark at all. He was looking for a pizza commercial, but he found us, and he cared enough to leave a comment, and it just made my day. And I just wanted to tell you all that someone from Canada found our YouTube channel.
Internationally loved.
And liked it enough to leave us a comment. His review was oddly entertaining, which is just a great compliment. So Mark, if you're watching, thank you for watching us from Canada.
And your comment was oddly entertaining.
Your comment was oddly entertaining. Okay, but that's all I have to say about that.
All right, let's get to the queries.
Yes, let's do it. So
question 1.
Okay, well, I thought maybe we should have some background. Just brief background. Okay. 2 weeks ago, I did a QuarenTime Queries, and I asked you questions that the internet told me that you should ask your dad, and it ended up being pretty good because we got a really interesting story about your cousin shooting things out the window when you were learning to drive.
Oh yeah.
And so
my cousin Lauren.
Yes, your cousin Lauren. So now I've taken the same list of questions because there were a bunch more. But instead of just reading them blindly, I actually picked the ones that I thought would be interesting to ask. So it's not blind this time. So here's the first question that I picked from the list of things you should ask your dad. What is your favorite story that someone in your family told or still tells? It suggests from your grandma and grandpa, but I thought maybe your dad could be included in that because he told quite a lot of stories.
Favorite story that one of my relatives told?
Yeah.
Like that they would frequently tell?
It doesn't have to be. Just like anything that you remember that piques your interest.
Is there a story that I repeat that I would say, they always told me about?
No, but the story that you often tell about your grandmother is just how she talked.
Well, but that wasn't.
Tell.
I tell that kind of a story.
Well, that's okay.
And it's not really. I don't tell a story.
Your family didn't really tell lots of stories to my knowledge.
Yes, they did.
Well,
they told lies.
My dad made up things.
Okay, so why don't you tell us one of your father's more extravagant lies?
Well,
like the time that he saw the spacecraft come down from outer space with the aliens.
I don't remember.
Yeah, that's a story he told me.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you want to switch places?
No.
Okay.
All right. What were you going to say, though?
Well, so it's not a story. Like what I remember Grandma Partridge saying, my Grandma Nellie would say she'd go like this all the time. She was a tiny little woman. She'd go like this. And then she'd say, horse apples. And that was horse apples. Which I didn't understand in the first place.
She was like 4 feet tall.
She was a shrunken old, and she had a very kind of whispery, high-pitched voice. So
That's funny.
Horse apples.
Funny.
But my dad would tell a lot of different. When I was really little, I do remember. This is weird because I don't remember much.
Yeah.
But when I was really little, I remember that. When I was supposed to go to bed and I wouldn't, my dad would come in the story and he would come in the room and he would tell me stories. And I think most of the time they were based on books, but at any rate, but he would talk about his family in Alaska occasionally.
Ah.
So
was that Real or imaginary family?
Oh, it was a real family. No, what do you mean?
I don't know. I find the stories about Grandpa Partridge mostly confusing.
Yeah. No, I've told stories, and you might remember the stories that I have told, but I don't remember the stories that I was told.
That's okay. I think that was...
I mean, I guess I remember my dad telling me a story once about when he was a kid, and he was, probably growing up in, I think he was in the Osage area, and he had, I don't remember if it was his or he had a friend, the two of them went out with a shotgun or a gun of some kind to go hunting, and they thought they saw something, but it was kind of dark, so they shot it, and it kind of went, and the next morning when they went to get on the bus, the neighbor was there and all upset and was like, somebody shot my cat last night.
Oh no, that's horrible.
So I mean, I have this many details of the story.
Yeah.
So
that's okay. That's great.
Thanks. That's great.
I'm not sure how to summarize what all of that just occurred. So I'm just gonna move to the next question.
Next question.
The next question is, if you could know anything about any relative that you have, what would you want to know?
Oh my goodness.
I know that's kind of wide open.
It is wide open. And I don't know how much I can
I feel like, okay,
share.
Here's what I think. I think that what I would want to know is what exactly was going on with my great grandma, as in your mom's mom.
Yeah.
And
you mean my grandma Pearl?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And I think maybe on the air we shouldn't share too many details about why that's such a curious question, but we were just having a conversation the other day about wondering what it was like for your mom growing up.
Yeah.
And those sorts of things.
I would love to know the truth behind so many of the things about my mother's upbringing.
Yeah.
My dad had 4 siblings, so it was easy for me to hear some stories, and a few of them are still alive and around. I don't do a very good job of communicating with them, but anyway.
I'd also like to know whether or not Grandma actually had a sister, because that was something
Grandma Partridge.
Yes, because that's something she started saying, and then who knows if that's real or not.
Yeah, it was kind of hard to find. Anyway.
Okay, this one is, what are your favorite memories of holidays or family gatherings as a child?
Favorite memories of holidays? Well, I always liked Christmas.
Yeah.
And Christmas was fun at my house because my dad, I think it was probably my dad, loved to do presents. So the Christmas tree was jam-packed with gifts. And I also can say now that my parents are both gone, that I did everything I could to find out what was in the packages beforehand. And I remember one year when I was really little, I don't know how little I was, but while they were gone, I went about removing the bow from one of the bigger boxes. So I removed the bow from the top, and I got a hole in the box under the bow, and I was trying to see in there. I don't remember if I could actually. I doubt I could actually see it.
But you made a hole in the box.
I made a hole in the box. Yeah. So when it was time to open that box, I was really worried. We probably had batteries in it or something. But
that's so funny.
I was so determined to find out what was in. Presents drove me crazy. Remind you of anybody in our house?
Oh yeah. Alden used to do stuff like that when we were little.
Yeah.
Alden would try to. Alden was sort of timid about it though, so he wouldn't go too crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do one more question.
Okay.
I'm gonna skip to the last one.
Okay.
I think I know. I do know the answer to this question, but not everyone on the internet.
On our internet, either.
On our internet.
The 4 people who share our internet. of those 4 people. Not everybody knows.
Okay. What did your grandparents do with you that you loved?
They set me free.
They set you free.
And you probably know the answer to that is I remember going to spend time with Grandma Nellie.
Yes.
And she would teach me to paint. She taught me to paint. And that was so much fun.
Yeah.
I'm guessing at least one of my brothers had a similar experience. I don't know if Roger did or not, but I think Alan did. But it was a really cool thing because you'd spend a long time looking through pictures and finding just the right picture that you wanted to paint.
Yeah.
And then she'd, help you and walk you through step-by-step painting, whatever that picture was.
Yeah.
She was so patient.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Anyway. Yep. Grandma Nellie was pretty cool.
Yeah. Horse apples.
Horse apples.
All right. I think that about wraps up our time for today. So thank you all for joining us today for QuarenTime Queries. And we will see you again tomorrow for another episode of QuarenTime.